The summer series continues, and this time we have more of a creamsicle vibe going on with the Marloe Solent Timer Rescue. This one is an evolution of the Solent series, this time with a dual crown setup and now in a polished case. I say that as the previous Solent I reviewed was a blasted finish and had a single crown. This new model does have an inner bezel that is controlled through the second crown, but this is not a dive watch. It's more of a nautical timer and as such has 100 meters of water resistance. As usual, there are a lot of colors available and a plethora of straps to choose from, but I went with this cream and orange dial because I'm a sucker for orange, and this look is so different from a lot of the other blue or green models I have been doing for the summer series. Also, I love the pattern on this dial as well, which I will discuss more in this review. I chose a teal strap, which I really think works well with the orange and cream and just gives it that really summer vibrant look. Sizing is 42 millimeters, and this watch uses a Miyota 9039 movement, and pricing starts at $460. I'll talk about all that and more in this video, so let's get to it. So there are four versions of the Solent Timer, and while they are all different colors, it's not just color differences, as the yellow and black dial and the all black dial versions have solid or matte dials, where the creamsicle and the blue have this diagonal pattern. I'll put up all the specs on screen, and pricing does depend on what strap or bracelet you choose, but if you want the cheapest option at $460, you'll want one of these silicone straps or one of the standard leather straps. Bracelet and Horween leather straps bring the price up to $495. And I keep calling this creamsicle as that is what this color reminds me of, but this is the rescue version as it is called, and I just love this color combo. Yes, it works for the summer series we are doing, and the teal strap really brings that in even more, but this color combo of the dial I would wear all year long. The cream or white dial along with the orange timer track and the orange around the indices, it's just a very cool look and very vibrant. Let's dive into this dial a little deeper. First of all, these are no date watches, and these are true no dates with the 9039 movement. This is a pretty clean dial, and especially with this color, it really comes off as a large dial, even with that outer timing track. The hands here are pretty distinct as well, and the indices are just round dome indices, but I like that they vary in size, with the largest at 12 o'clock, with the bigger ones at 3, 6, and 9, and the smallest ones at the rest. And let's discuss this dial pattern. It's diagonal lines done in an alternating lighter and darker shade of darker and lighter cream. It's subtle, but in the right light, it really looks great, and it's just nice to see something outside of the norm, yet it's not so much that it's too out there or distracting. The case is very round with thin lugs and all high polished. Now, my personal taste has always preferred brushed or brushed with some high polish, and with this watch, I would still prefer one of those finishes, though it works here. Unlike the ball outlier I recently reviewed, the high polish here doesn't bother me as much, maybe because of the thin lugs and the rounded case with the high sides. It doesn't feel too blingy or showy, but I still think for a nautical watch, I would prefer a finish that will hold up better. As far as function, the time crown does screw down, and unscrewing and setting the time is pretty standard stuff, but the inner timing crown does take a little doing to get the bezel lined up properly, at least on my example. If you manhandle it like I normally do, the bezel will keep spinning and will not stay put where you want it. You have to be ginger with it, pushing the crown in softly and then turning to screw back down. Now, they could all be like this, or it could just be my example. Once you get used to it, it's not a big deal, and for someone like me who likes the look of a dual crown and will probably never use the inner bezel, it's not that big of a deal. But for those that plan on using it, it's something to note and something you want to check out if you end up getting one. The strap I chose is the teal silicone, and I'm sure I'll get some flack here, but I assumed that they were just calling it silicone in place of rubber, as I've seen that done in the past with a few brands, but it is in fact silicone, not a natural rubber or an FKM. Silicone is not the best when it comes to summer months compared to regular rubber, as it makes you sweat more, and of course, these straps tend to pick up a lot of lint and debris. This one doesn't seem to be that bad, and the color is vibrant and it looks great. The strap is on the short side though. It fits on my 7.5 inch or 19.05 centimeter wrist, but kind of just barely. I would like to see a couple of millimeters added to the straps, as this is a 42 millimeter watch, and I would definitely think it won't fit an 8-inch wrist. Lastly is the Lume, which is pretty good, I would say. They are using Natulite or Natalite, however you want to pronounce that. It's the same Lume that Citizen uses or used in the past, a similar compound to Lumebrite, and it's nice and bright and will last a few good hours. It's not going to be a flashlight or anything with the size of these markers in the hands, but it does a pretty decent job. My favorite of the Marloe Solent timers are absolutely the ones with the pattern dials, but all of them look good, and the yellow and black with the yellow strap could be a fun summer colored watch as well. The look is pretty simple with the case, the perfectly round case and thin lugs. The case itself is pretty unassuming, but the dual crowns and of course these colors and patterns on the dial do make this one really stand out. At $460 and even less with 10% off that you could find on their website pop up, putting this at $414, it's a great price considering the movement, the look, the sapphire crystal, etc. I would personally like to see natural rubber or FKM straps used and ones that are longer, and I wouldn't mind some different case finishes, but I do like the overall look and I love this color combo, which is perfect for summer. Oh, and something else that I believe is new, and I noticed when looking at the Marlowe website, is they have a trade in program. If you have a Marlowe watch that is either seen better days or you're just looking for something fresher or newer, you can trade it in towards another. Now, I don't know how much you get or all the details, but I think that is a pretty great idea that you really don't see other brands doing. And where do those watches end up that are traded in? In the Marlowe marketplace, where they have been serviced and reconditioned and they come with a 12-month warranty. Again, something not seen often, and I like that they're doing this. That's all for this one. There will be a written article on watchreport.com if you want to see more of this piece and my photography. Of course, links to that and the Marlowe website are down below. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications. It really helps out the channel. This is Don Evans from Watch Report. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.